Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another kind of piercing related video for you guys, and hopefully this helps some of you. I just thought it would be kind of an important video to make just because a lot of people ask questions and a lot of people have experienced some of these things themselves, and I really wanted to make a video surrounding this topic. So basically this video is going to be talking all about tongue piercings and how to maintain your oral health for as long as possible. And what I mean by oral health is just kind of how to take care of your teeth, how to take care of your gums, and all that good stuff while having an oral piercing. That being like a lip piercing, a smiley piercing, a web piercing, a tongue piercing, anything that involves, piercing around this area where a part of the jewelry is inside your mouth. So that is basically what I'm going to be talking about today, specifically tongue piercings, because that's the most common, I guess you could say, of all like oral piercings and lip piercings, obviously. But yeah, so basically just any oral piercing, but you'll probably hear me talk about tongue piercings the most in this video. So obviously the no-brainer is yes, every single piercing comes with risks. Every single piercing that you get will very obviously cause damage over time because, things are not meant to be left in your mouth, such as tongue rings or lip piercings. That was just never meant to be, and obviously, as years go on, a lot of wear and tear can happen, especially things like, gum recession, tooth loss, chipped teeth, infections, all sorts of things like that are very, very possible when you get any type of oral piercing. So it's just very, very important to really take care of, your oral health and your piercing to make sure that you can have the piercing for as long as possible. I would be lying to you if I said that all oral piercings are, permanent. You can definitely expect to take that piercing out sometime in your lifetime just because, sometimes the damage just is, inevitable and it's irreversible, and you will eventually have to take out your piercing. But I just wanted to share a few things that could probably help with keeping your piercing for as long as possible. And things like I just talked about, like infection, gum recession, tooth loss, things like that, those things can happen anyway if you don't take care of your teeth and have absolutely no piercings, but they are more prone to happen if you do have piercings and don't take care of your teeth as well. Taking care of your teeth and taking care of your oral piercings is very, very important because obviously you don't want to go the rest of your life without having any teeth because that would just be awful. So when it comes to piercings and these things becoming issues like, gum recession, tooth loss, things I just said, those can be caused by many things. The number one thing is improper jewelry. Now, they make different size tongue barbells for a reason, and that reason is for different size tongues. For example, my tongue ring that I have in that you are seeing, that one is a very, very small tongue ring, and the reason being is because I have a very thin tongue, so I need a very short one. I think mine is maybe, oh gosh, maybe 11 millimeters. I'm not 100% sure, don't quote me on that, but mine is very, very small. So you just have to really keep in mind what size your tongue is and what size tongue bar you will need. I see so many people, here on YouTube or just out in daily life who have tongue rings that are so long, I can see like 3 inches of the tongue bar when they're talking. That is not supposed to happen. Having improper jewelry and having a really, really long tongue bar like that flop around in your mouth and hit your teeth, that's going to cause some issues. The one thing that people don't understand is when you get your tongue pierced, it should not be flopping around and hitting your teeth. If it is, then you do not have that correct size jewelry, or you were pierced in a improper spot. For example, like when I'm talking right now, my tongue ring is not hitting any teeth of mine. It's just staying in the one spot because it's the perfect size for my tongue where it just stays stable. Like it's not flopping around or hitting any of my teeth or anything like that. Yeah, definitely make sure that you have the correct size. Another thing that you really need to make sure of is the material that is made out of. For example, if you have a lip piercing or a tongue piercing, I highly, highly recommend that you have either bioplast bars for tongue rings or lip rings, and acrylic or bioplast balls or bars even for your tongue. You should never wear metal full time because obviously metal is going to cause more damage in the long run than bioplast will. Granted, eventually it's going to cause wear and tear, but not as quickly as metal would. So if possible, always make sure that you have some sort of softer material like acrylic or bioplast. However, during the healing process, I highly recommend that you stick with the metal. The healing, because that is what's best for healing. You shouldn't be wearing acrylic or bioplast for any sort of healing piercing because that's just not good for it. Okay, so it's getting kind of dark outside, so I had to change the lighting. Hopefully it's not too awkward. But yeah, so the next tip I kind of have for those of you who have oral piercings and you want to maintain your teeth and your oral health is definitely don't play with your jewelry. And I am definitely guilty of this. I play with my tongue ring all the time, or I play with my lip ring all the time. I'm constantly like either doing that sort of thing with it, and that's not good. Do not ever play with your jewelry. Leave it alone. Don't play with it, even though it is tempting. If you do have a habit of that like I do, just try to figure out a way to break it, because that will definitely cause wear and tear on your teeth for sure on the long run. So try not to play with your piercings too much. Another thing that I really kind of want to stress is always brush your teeth and take care of your mouth. Always make sure that at least a couple times a week or once a week, make sure you're taking your jewelry out. As long as it's healed, don't take it out if it's not healed. But if it is healed, definitely once a week take out your jewelry and give it a good clean. Just because you know your piercing's healed doesn't mean you shouldn't be maintaining and cleaning the jewelry. Whether it being taking it out and washing it with antibacterial soap, or taking it out and brushing it with your toothbrush and your toothpaste. Just always make sure that you are taking proper care of your jewelry and that you are cleaning it. And of course, obviously taking good care of your teeth and your mouth as well. Make sure you're brushing, flossing, and by brushing, make sure you're getting your gums, all that good stuff. For those of you who've been to the dentist, you all know the drill. Another thing is going to the dentist. I am someone who does not like to go to the dentist, and because of lack of insurance, I no longer go to the dentist because I cannot afford it and I do not have insurance that covers dental health. So, but for those of you who do have the opportunity, always go to the dentist and get regular cleanings, so that way they can take a look at your teeth and they can let you know. I did go to the dentist a year ago. I paid out of pocket for it, but I just figured I needed to go just to get a checkup, and I do have a little bit of gum recession on this tooth up here from my Monroe piercing, from it rubbing like that, you know, constantly, but he said it's nothing to worry about. So if you are noticing any sort of gum recession, and if you don't know what gum recession is, basically it's where the gum line starts to wear away from too much rubbing of a material, such as a lip ring or a tongue ring or whatever. And it can get very dangerous. It can lead to tooth loss, or you may have to get a gum graft, which is very, very expensive and very painful. So if you are noticing any sort of gum recession, you should go see a dentist right away, and you should always get their opinions as well, because you definitely don't want that to go unnoticed. And then the very last tip that I have for oral piercings and maintaining your oral health is to go to a professional piercer and don't self-pierce yourself. And a lot of you are probably going, what the hell does that have to do with anything? I'll tell you. Because professional licensed piercers, they were specifically taught where to properly place jewelry and where the best spot for jewelry is. And if you're piercing yourself at home, you may be piercing it in a spot that is so unhealthy for your gum line. Like you could be piercing it too close and it could literally be resting on your gum line for years to come, and that's not good. Whereas piercers know exactly where to pierce you, where is a safe spot to pierce you, and where is a spot that will be good for, you know, all the stuff up in your mouth. So always make sure you're going to a professional. If you have to pay a lot of money, so be it. That's what body modification is. It's expensive if you go to a really high-end shop. So always make sure you're doing that, and all of these other tips, incorporating them into your lifestyle will definitely help maintain your oral health, and it'll help keep your piercing and your mouth happy for years to come. But like I said, you know, as the years go on, things will change. Your mouth is constantly changing. And there may come a time when you just have to take it out, which does happen, but you know, it's fine. But as long as you follow just a few of these simple tips and tricks, then your mouth should be a-okay. But yeah, that is everything that I have for this video. I really hope you guys found it helpful, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up, and don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on any future videos. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!